From my strong drawing practice, and from an ability to conjure drawings from my rememberings and my imagination, I began the third year of the MA drawing women in pregnancy and childbirth. I started work in my sketchbooks, and as I came to the end of my imagination, I began to work with the images and photographs of the birth photographer and doula, Esther Edith. Altering and changing these images, I began to work towards 3 large paintings on AO paper done in charcoal on my studio wall. Born of a Woman, The Lamb, Behold. But somehow these pictures felt too visceral and rather overdrawn and overstated. I wanted to tell the story of birth, so began to work with words, which I wrote onto the large AO paper, building them up in layers. Once the words were almost impossible to read, I began to work with a rubber and charcoal to draw the figure of a woman in labour. A friend sent me a photograph of her daughter, who had just had a baby, and she was talking about how difficult perhaps it was to breastfeed and how messy it could be at the beginning, and I drew this picture from that. I wanted to explore colour to go around the drawings, and so these were done on the iPad, eventually coming to a conclusion using colours that were quite traditional and perhaps could have been seen on a Madonna painting. I had a friend staying with me just after this, and we talked about the project, and she volunteered to be one of my first subjects. We talked about her longing for and not having children, and coming to a place where she was no longer longing for them. I carried on drawing on a large scale AO paper with charcoal. I was using compressed charcoal, which made the drawings much darker. I worked with people talking about adoption and loss, different friends coming and seeing me and telling me their story. After this, I was able to get hold of new subjects through a Facebook ad that I placed locally, and women came to my studio who were pregnant, who I didn't know. So this was a departure from working with friends. These are the women that I am still drawing from, as these drawings happened after I had finished this main body of work that is in the MA show. And some of them have now had their babies and have sent delightful photographs of their newborns. It has been really exciting to deal with this project and to look at this subject seen in the everyday but so often not depicted as an art subject. Working in my sketchbook and then drawing things on a larger scale.